I want to tell you something. I'm doing something right now from the beginning. I'm probably going to forget about it by the time I start, but that's my stupid fault. Now, look in the back. Isn't that weird? Look, I want to show you something. Look. Take a look at the white light. Take a look at the color. Look what light does to color. It destroys it. It absolutely destroys it because the color is an energy that we see for the reason is that there's an energy between letting us see it. But if the light would just go, we would not see the light reflect. But to go, are you following me? When the light reflects somewhere else, right? If it doesn't cut an angle, let me show you. Like if I'm looking at here, it's all okay over here. It's all okay. When you look at me, walk in front of it, what happens to me? See the light? See the shadow? What happens to the arm in my shadow? Can you see my arm? But when it comes to the door on the paint, it destroys the paint. Voila! I painted my door. An illusion. I just painted my door right now. I'm going to take the paint off my door right now. Watch me take the paint off my door. Put the paint on the door. And right there. There you go. Look at that. What light can do. I made half my door disappear. I can change the paint job in that anytime I feel like it. I'll probably take one of my paintbrushes out. I'm so excited. I bought a bunch of paintbrushes. But I'm a little upset because I think I ruined half my rice milk from last night when I hold a whole bit and I put in some maple syrup and I put in some rice milk. Wait a second. This is Mr. Tackman's channel. We're supposed to be talking about things that we discover in games people play. No, I had to stretch it out one more level. No one was watching. But that wasn't the reason. I think that the reason is because it's a package. I can't cut anything out. I can't be embarrassed with what I do. Why should I be embarrassed? That is what I do. But shit, it don't make no money. Well, then something in life, don't you need a balance in life? But when you believe so much in something, that even if you have to have that balanced life by having that, oh my God, let's go to work, let's do this, you can't do that. We put too much pressure on ourselves. We can no longer have the guidance of the reality of the mind, how the mind thinks, if the realm of your mind is in the right, in the correct fantasy world. Let me re-show you. This is what we're doing. At the end, we end up with the cross sign. But at the beginning, we have one open corner. See the L? We have one closed corner. We have one closed corner. We have 1, 2, and 1. We have 1, 2, and 1. I do not know what those values are. I'm not sure what to do with them. But if you take a look, it's 8, 8, 8, 8. When you take this 8, right, it's 8V. Oh boy, I could have had a V8. 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 But that's not why I'm here. Hold on. What would you like me to do in this video sequence? Because I can't be 100% serious. My numbers are going to be 100% serious. But if you can lock in one of them jokes, if you can lock in, okay, something that makes you feel good with the reality of what the number means, maybe every time you think of V8, you're always going to think of Monopoly. And why are you going to think about Monopoly and V8? 8 times 8 is 64. Remember all these numbers in memory because this is what I'm going to show you, and I'm doing it at the same time as you. So I'm only going to be pointing down here, right? I'm only going to be pointing down here. What is that? What is that? Mary Jane? Mary Jane? Mary Jane? Mary Jane? What are you doing, Mary Jane? I don't know. Can you look into my glasses right now? I was told to look into the eyes of he who writes, of he who speaks, but I look into the eyes of Mary Jane. Does this distort your vision of any of my eyes? This is not Mary Jane. This is not marijuana. I guarantee you. I promise you. You can come here right now when this video is over and uploaded and I've actually I've discarded it, so you really won't know what it is. What do you think? Here's what we're going to do. In the first world of Monopoly, we broke down Monopoly to being 13, 11, 13 and 12, and 12, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's right. 13 and 1 is 14, and 9 is 23, and 2 is 24, 25, and 1 is 26, and 9 is 35, and then 36, 37, 38, and 9, and then 1, 48. In the first position, you get 4, all these 4, and then you get 2 by 9. 4, 4, 4, 4, we have 16 in the corner. 4, 4, 4, 4, we have 16 in the corner. 4, 4, 4, 4, we have 16 in the corner. So now I'm going to write down 16, 16, and 16 equals to 48. So the corners make up 48. We're going to do it again. 4, 4, 4. Okay? 4 in the corner, 4 in the corner, 4 in the corner, 4 in the corner. 8, 8, 8, and 8. 8 and 8 is 16, 24, 32. 4, 4, 4, and 4. 48. Do you follow me? So it'll actually be 4 and 4 is 8. 16, 24. It'll be 32. This will be 32. And this one will be 4, 8, 12, 16. So this will be 32 and 16. Okay, I'm showing you the space. I'm explaining exactly. I'm calculating. I'm learning right now. I've never done this before. Okay, I never formulated this before, but I'm doing it right now. At the end, when you see what's at the end, when you actually look at this and what's at the end, what do you think is going to be at the end? So we're not going to tell you yet, okay? So now we know exactly what we have here. We know what we have here. We know we have 18, we have 18, we have 18, and we have 18. 36 and 36 is 72. 72 inside. 72 inside. Isn't that what they say in the game of craps? I'll take an inside bet. I'll play the 5, 9. I'll play the 6 and 8. 72 inside. Pay 7 to 6. And pay 7 to 5 on the 86 and on the 59. Isn't it funny the way the odds 5 and 9 equal to the letter simple count in the numbers region of 42, 5 and 9, and the odds inside the game of crap, which means they're on the dice, come out to the same odds. The payouts are the same thing. The numbers are the same thing. 5 and 9 have the same payout. And not only that, 5 and 9, there's only really 2 ways to get it on dice, right? But let me show you something. Here's 9. Here's 5. Opposite side of each other. See that? Opposite side of 5 and 9 will leave you at 5 and 1 is 6. Or 2 and 1 is 3. You leave it again. 1 and 5 is 6. 6 and 3 is 8. The opposite of your 8 is 1 and 2. Do you follow me? The way the dice work, they work this way. Anyways, I don't want to mix you up. I don't want to mix you up. So let's go back. I'm showing off my eyes because AJ43 is checking them out. You know, I don't know what's up, but that's okay. We are the knights at the round table. We work around the circle. We all have to know what's going on in the circle. And if we happen to know who's doing what inside the circle, it makes no difference unless you play the name game, Bobana and Jana. You play that game and they start understanding their name. You might start understanding who they are with never knowing just by reading what they wrote, if they wrote anything at all. Or if I spoke the word, you'll hear the name and play it in your own game, Jana Babana, right? So here we're going to go on to the next show. Am I wasting your time? I don't know. Of course. I waste everybody's time. I put haste of waste into no of mace. They call it namaste. Is that what it is? Anyways. Let me go on to the next section. 1818. Now we're going to move this one inside. How much is here after we move the doggies in the window? Well, we're going to move up 4 and 4 on each side. Therefore, there's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's now 2 here and 2 here and 5 in the center. 2, 5, 2, 2, 5, 2, 2, 5, 2. Bringing the son in of earth, the boy of earth. So when we go 2, 5, 2, we're actually going to go to 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. We're going to go to 10, 10, 10, 10. That started at 9. Okay, so now we're going to go over here, and we had 10 inside, and we have 72 inside. This is the first level. And then we had 10, 10, 10, 10. And these are the, this is the corner, this is the corner, this is the corner. Now I'm going to go one more time, and I'm going to show it to you all at the end because I'm calculating it now. I'm right at the beginning calculating. I don't want to show you IBRU, okay? Nibiru is inside the creation of how this is created. This, my friends, right, is a chance that this thing here, and I have to take a deeper look, that the Fibonacci code might be untwangled through the 40 markings, okay, of the Monopoly board, turning around in a circle of 40 for the reason that we can say so many things. 3 and 9 creation is 39, so you must make them work. 93 is Saturn, 3 by 9 is 27, red, 2 and 7 is 9, 2 times 7 is 14, spells freaking Nibiru. 2 times 7 is 14n. 9 parts of 2 parts. I mean, the whole word is here. And RU and ST for the Spirit Saint, the street of the Spirit Saint. The Fibonacci goes down and goes down and goes down and then opens up on which number? 40, 39. The first 20 is the other world. It's a 20, 20, 20 world if I really, really deem to think so. But anyways, in the last one, it's 4, 8, 12, 16, right? There's a chance that this box would be O, but it'd be 8OL or AOL. This becomes AOL or HOL or LOL. Okay, this would say Val. I don't know why, but all of a sudden my grandfather's name just pops up in front of me just like that. But let me explain to you right now. This is the first. There's corners that are completely closed that look like a V, but because the corners are over them, this partition on the inside is 32. The first partition is 16. This is 48. So when you count from here to here to here to here to here is 48. And not only that, if I was putting X's or O's, right, I'd have all this for strikes. If I had them O's, this one touching this one is 8, this one touching this one is 8, this one touching this one is 8, this one, and so on and so forth, for another numeration of count or something else that goes along with this, maybe bricks or solids or X's in between a 0 and a zeros. And see the 0? When you put 2 zeros next to each other that look like an 8, there's an X that the division of the 2 zeros are actually SS, right? When you put S over S, it turns into an X, it turns into a CC. Okay, but anyways, let me continue on the count. So here I got 16, but over here I only got 4. I only have 4. I have 16 and 4. So now let's count. Oh, 16, 4, and 1. Hold on a second. 16 and 4 and 1. At the end of it, to the singularity count, we end up with 7, 4, and 1. 4, 8, 12, 16. 1, 1, 1, 1. Okay, so now we're going to do the total count. Okay, we have a total between 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 24 this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 24 and 24, 48 inside the square. That's how many cubes we used up. Now we use 18, 18, 18, 18 is 72. Now inside over here you use 10, 10, 10, and 10 is 112, and 4, 116. and then 1 in the center. Now let's see if we get this right. 116, 150, 164. It says 165, 165. That's wrong. I made a mistake. There's more than 165, okay? There's 48 and 40 and 32 and 24 and 16 and 8. Okay, they're supposed to be 13 by 13 is 169. And I really want to make sure that I get this out there and I really do it. So we're going to have to count again. 4 go here and 4 go here and 4 go here. 12, 12, 12, 12, because there's 3 sections of that. That is 48. Now, we use up how many areas? What I'm counting are the squares. I'm counting the squares, okay? This is a Monopoly game, but I'm counting the properties as 2 squares to a property, you know, in height, and there's a box of squares, or 4 of them in each of the corners. I cornered in the whole game until I end up with this sign. The signature that I'm looking is the Fibonacci unravelment, or I'm looking for something in there, but we can't leave anything out, and there's a reason, okay, for moving from a certain area all the way to Reading Railroad. Don't pass go. Where are you at the moment, and where are you not, and where will you never pass in order to get there? Okay, wherever that card comes up on this side or on this side. So where we're going to go is here and here and here and here is 72. We got 5 over here equals 10. 10, 20, 30, 40 is 112. 113, 114, 115, 116. That's what I counted before. Oh, it's too high. 120. This is the way it works out. There's 48 blocks that fit in the corner. 48 is for space. It equals to 44 space. 120 is counting from 1 to 15 equals 120. The 20 number added 1 to 20 equals 210, which means that 190, which is the 19th number. Can you believe that? Right? 210 equals 20. 190 equals 19. I mean, this is your S&T, your R and U, okay, Nibiru, or why I'm saying is because RU is actually equal to 39, and it's 18 and 21. It's a 7th inning stretch. And look, it's 10 for 10, and it just looks so weird how this fits into each other. It just, I mean, every time I see 20 for 210, it's so easy to put 20 on top of 190 to get 210. It's 20 away. It's such an easy calculation. And 19 is 10 for everything. And also 19 is the 0 gets a 6, because what happens is I go there. Oh, you're going there. You're in the 5 hole. 5 and 1 is 6. That's who I am. But you're in the 9 hole because it's this side and it's this side. And you made an X and connected the 2 sides by fitting in between where we needed someone with a head, just like you. You can connect the 2 sides. Electronic, copper. Little change, jing-a-ling-a-ling, moving in my pocket, giving me the energy to walk 1 step more. The extra weight for your legs, if you carry it, it'll thrust you forward, will it not? What will it do? How would I know? I'm not a scientist, I'm not a doctor, I'm not really much of anything you might think I am, other than someone who thinks he can think about everything that you can possibly think about. And I think that's the most important thing. The further you go, no matter how stupid it sounds, you'll know what not to say the next time. And either in order to help other people correct themselves so they don't go down the path that will get them nowhere. Because yes, there are some paths that are empty. I say they're empty because once you get to a certain point down the path, you're now transferred onto another path automatic. So don't go down that way. It's a byway, not a passway or a highway. This comes out to 169. 13 by 13 is the size of a Monopoly board. They got 48 in the corners, 120 on the inside, and 1 heart in the center of the board. That tames the board up. Monopoly is like the 13th, 14th, 15th letter, 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th letter in the alphabet, and ends with Jack. Anytime you got money or Y inside a word, you have the division of 1 and going out to a secondary world. It's the Mercedes sign. You don't want to leave Y out. Why not, right? It works out to 4 and 8 is 12. 1 and 2 is 3. 1 and 2 is 3. 1 is 1. 3, 1, 3. AC/DC, the energy. Whoa, I'm just a heartbeat. I just felt the energy of the earth go right through me. I just felt like a million people were like all together and they all sent messages to each other at the same time. I feel you, buddy, there in Hong Kong, Taiwan, but you know what? I know what? I don't have to call out a city anymore. I don't, because I feel you from wherever you are. I don't care if you're above me or below me. It's from the north and the east, the west and the south, from the inward and outward spirals of Fibonacci, how we connect and how we desire to perceive to share, how we connect. Don't worry about the time. Just say that we know we are on the Copper Mountain, bringing us all together based on one thought. Maybe because at the time the thought happened, there's not enough thoughts, we're not throwing enough electrons. But if we throw enough electrons, let's make it 39 degrees today with a higher wind chill factor. Let's bring down the suns and the heat, things that mend together that help bring science a little bit closer naturally to whatever element they're in. But like I wanted to say, this is the Monopoly board. 120 inside, 1 and 2 is 3, 3, 1, 3, the connection of the moon. What brings high to low and low to high? And the question is, if I start off low here or small and I get big here, then I take another one of the same thing and I flip it upside down here, Fibonacci thing over here, and I put the two Fibonacci's together. Or I take a Fibonacci here and I put a Fibonacci here, and then inside I put the O-ring, and inside the O-ring were the vowels, and inside the vowels, before the vowels, there's connected a separation piping, and I saw 4 pipes all connected and going into different directions. We had one pipe going up in this direction, and then we had another pipe going up in this direction. And all of a sudden I see one more thing, and then there was a pipe in this direction, and then there was a pipe in this direction, and in one direction was a pipe and moving on in. We heard the pipes. They were coming, the pipes of all time. The division and the connection of Fibonacci, a ring, and bag, BAG 172, the creation of the connection of the 7th gate, opening the waterways into the world of soul. The blood and the steam, 2 different worlds. One world runs on water, the other runs on blood, but it's a system. They have a focusing system in the blue world. They lose navy blue veins inside their bodies that they carry around, talking about giants. They stand 10 stories over any cat. They must be giants standing 6 foot tall. Human mankind come from apes, somewhere else, someone else. Maybe we didn't come from ape. Maybe we just come from the cans in the ground. Can you see that? All right, like that. Okay, are we going to finish with the Monopoly or what? Let me take a check on this. So I did this with you right now. We saw, and I was trying to show how Nibiru comes out. And one of the reasons Nibiru comes out, the N is the 14th letter. You would end up over here. I think you would be on St. Charles. You would come over here, be Indiana. You'd be on Atlantic over here. Where you move in Monopoly, everybody starts from go. But when you move 14, do you move 14 spaces, or do you stand on this mark and say 1, 2, 3, 11, 12, 13, 14? Do you understand counting 3 spaces inside the corners when you walk? Here you count 1 space and you're into the next one. Here you got to go to here is 1, here is 2, here is 3, and then you got to come out with 1 is 4. 3 in, 4 balls. Okay, I'm not sure what that is. But again, we need 2 over here, 2 over here, 2 over here, 2 over here, 1, 9, 1, 1, 9, 1. What is this? I take 1 over here, and I take this one over here, and I have 9 in between. 1, 9, 1, 9, 1 here and here. The other ones I use 2, 9, 2. I take 1 here and 1 here. I take 9 here and 2 here. 2, 9, 2. So your exact square area on the outside would be 4, 18, 4, 4, 18, 4, okay, this would be 7, 4, 18, 4, which would be 4, hold on a second, which would be 494. This would come out to 494. And this one would come out to 292. 292 and 494, I'm not sure what they mean yet. But this is how it's set up. The inside crest over here, okay, is actually set up as 252. So the next one is 252 and 252. And then over here, okay, will be 151. This is Christ. This is the reader. 151, okay, is 1111. 252 is played together, okay. This is played together, and I'm not here to put this together right now. I just noticed it, but one never really gets to play because one, okay, is always on the outside. It's like the top and the bottom, all right? You got this end and this end, two ends. But then you go here. This is the bottom floor, and this is near there. This is the top floor. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 that are in between. So 6 are in between. One is at the top. One is at the bottom. That's it. That's the way things are built. So this is how I'm talking. I'm talking around and putting things together how they're built. And my last floor, I'm going to have 2, 1, 2, and 1, 1, 1. 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1. Okay, that's pretty interesting. Look the way it ends up. At the end of this, okay, we end up with 2 here, 1 here, 2 here. 212 is 10 times 10, okay, is 100. 100 Celsius is 212 Fahrenheit. Then you'd have 1 coming out of this box to this box, 1 in this box, and 1 in this box. You end up with 1, 1, 1. This here times your 16, because it's 1/3 of the 48 of the original 4 corners, of the 16 of the light, the original 4 corners, the outside, the LV corners, right? You'll know the difference between them being this way and this way. Like this, it's a V. Like this, it's an L. This is one world. This is the other. That's why it doesn't make a difference if it's like this or like that. So now at the end of it, this world is 1/16 of this. So, I mean, 1/3 of this. This is 16 because I showed you the first original corners, 16 and 32. 32 is on the outside, 16 is on the outside. At the end, it creates the space that's here. I never mentioned the space that's here. 4, 8, 12, 16, and 4. The total space there is your 20 worlds. 20 for 1 world. 20 for a buck. 20 for a buck. Though a deer, a female deer, 20 for a buck. The devil says, I have 20 for a buck. At the end of it, 16 times 111 is 1776. Here's the flag. Okay, now we have to create the 50 stars. 50 stars, 2.5 dozen to 30. Creation in the 30 worlds. 43 presidents. 43 presidents. 123 times 47. 123 times 33. No, times 47. Hold on a second. Okay, equals to 5781 minus 6. Why do you minus 6? Because I'm the extra time the Earth ever spent. The Earth never spent an extra time, but it spent a little bit more energy by having the heartbeat inside of us. But it didn't spend any more time. But in reality, it spent our time. We made the Earth grow old within inside of us. We made the Earth rot. And at the end, we are given back to the Earth, and the Earth continues on its life. It's a cycle, it's a way. At the end of the Monopoly, 169. 9 plus 6 plus 1. 9 times 6 is 54, equaling to the sun. 9 and 6 is 15. Let's not count this one anymore. Equals to 89, which is the birth. Equals to 90, which is the birth. 90 becomes 96, and it recycles to the same number again. Fibonacci inside the Monopoly board. Coming on the cross. Here's the board. The numbers count for themselves. They say Nibiru. They add up over here to all these. Now, all these numbers I should show you should equal 169. Let's count. Okay. We have 72. Excuse me. We have this side, which is 48 to start. Then the inside is 40. Then the next row up, this row over here is 32. This row over here is 24. This row over here is 16. This row over here is 8, and this row over here is 1/8. Remember what I said? 8 minus 8 is 0, but you end up over here, it ends up saying 1/8. Your 1/8 is your 9. Your 1/8 is your H. Your 1H is your angel. I mean, there's just so much in just one thought. So I was thinking, I went to work today, but I didn't do anything. I had a blunder today, made a big error. I was using a welding machine to weld. Actually, it wasn't me, but I'll blame it on myself anyways. Took the machine and put it on the forklift, and then decided to take the forklift and go do something, and forgot it was on it, and I drove over it. Now I got to charge the boss $50 to get a new one for something I did wrong. Silly me. But for all the money that I did save the company, silly me, it's not for how much you save, it's all the wrong things you do. Is that the way I should look at it? Hey man, sorry. Made a mistake. At least I'll learn. At least I'm hoping. Thank you.